A long time ago in a faraway land, nestled between towering sand dunes and bathed in the warm glow of the desert sun, lay the magnificent city of Agrabah. In the heart of the city, amidst the bustling souk and winding alleyways, lived a young man named Aladdin. He was known throughout the city for his big heart and even bigger dreams, dreams that soared higher than the majestic palace of Agrabah, a place forbidden to him because of his humble status as a street urchin. One day, while rummaging through the dusty old lamp market, Aladdin came across a peculiar bronze lamp shaped like a genie. It looked ordinary from the outside, but little did he know it held an extraordinary secret. And this chance discovery was about to change his life forever. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the city, Aladdin decided to take the lamp home. He planned to clean it up, hoping to sell it for a decent price at the market the next day. But as he tucked it under his arm and turned toward home, a booming voice echoed through the twilight. "Who dares disturb my eternal slumber?" Startled, Aladdin looked around. Who said that? The lamp suddenly flew out of his hands and landed on the ground with a resounding thud. Then smoke billowed out of its spout, taking the shape of a towering genie with an air of immense power. His eyes twinkled with ancient wisdom, and his flowing robes rippled with celestial energy. Overwhelmed with fear and excitement, Aladdin stammered, "I didn't mean to wake you up." "I found this lamp in the marketplace." The genie fixed his glowing eyes on Aladdin. "You have awakened me from my slumber. So by the laws of the lamp, I am yours to command." Aladdin hesitated, taken aback by the genie's otherworldly presence. I don't really know what to say," he admitted. "This is all very sudden." The genie's expression shifted from amusement to disappointment. "Is this how you treat a wish-granting genie? After freeing me from my prison, this is the gratitude I receive." Aladdin felt a pang of remorse. He had never imagined that the lamp he had so casually picked up would contain such immense power. He bowed his head in apology. "I am sorry, great genie. I never meant to disrespect you, but could you perhaps grant me some time to think of a worthy wish?" The genie regarded him for a moment, his expression unreadable. Finally, he spoke, his voice echoing with ancient power. "Very well, Aladdin, I will grant you 3 days to ponder your wishes. But be warned, once you make them, I cannot go back. Choose wisely, mortal." With that, the genie vanished, leaving behind a faint smell of ozone and a swirling cloud of smoke. Alone in the darkening streets of Agrabah, Aladdin felt the weight of his situation pressing down on him. He had 3 days to decide on his wishes. What could he possibly wish for that would be both personally rewarding and not disrupt the balance of the world? He thought of the treasures he had seen in the palace, the silks and spices that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams. But were those things truly important? What about the respect and admiration of his fellow citizens? Could he wish for something that would bring him honor? As the night deepened and the stars twinkled above Agrabah, Aladdin continued his solitary walk. He wasn't just thinking about himself anymore. What if he could use the genie's powers to help others? To lift the burdens from their shoulders and bring happiness to their lives. The more he thought about it, the more he realized that true happiness lay not in wealth or power, but in acts of kindness and generosity. But unfortunately, news of the genie's return spread quickly through Agrabah, reaching the ears of the evil sorcerer. Conspiring in the dark shadows of the city, the sorcerer saw the return of the genie as a threat to his carefully crafted plans for Agrabah. With a malevolent gleam in his eye, he hatched a scheme to steal the lamp and exploit the genie's power for his own selfish desires. The sorcerer, disguised as an unassuming merchant, approached Aladdin with a proposition. He offered Aladdin money and jewels in exchange for the lamp, claiming he needed it for an urgent ritual. Aladdin, unaware of the sorcerer's true intentions, was tempted by the offer. He had heard tales of the sorcerer's wealth, and the promise of unimaginable riches was hard to resist. However, as he handed over the lamp, the sorcerer's true form flashed before Aladdin's eyes in a burst of dark energy. And then the sorcerer fled, disappearing into the maze of Agrabah's bustling markets. Fueled by determination to get the lamp back, Aladdin raced after the sorcerer. With the help of a kind old man who recognized the sorcerer's evil intent, they followed him to the Cave of Wonders. Hidden deep within the cave was the portal to the underworld, a place of shadows and secrets where the sorcerer intended to use the lamp's power. The cave was filled with treacherous traps and illusions, testing Aladdin's courage and resolve at every turn. However, With each challenge he faced, Aladdin grew stronger, realizing that his true strength lay not in his physical prowess, but in his unwavering spirit. Finally, Aladdin and the old man confronted the sorcerer in a dramatic showdown. The sorcerer unleashed bolts of dark magic, but Aladdin dodged them with the agility of a desert cat. Just when it seemed the sorcerer had the upper hand, the old man intervened. With a wave of his staff, he unleashed a torrent of healing energy, weakening the sorcerer's hold over the genies. Seizing the opportunity, Aladdin grabbed the lamp and with a newfound confidence, rubbed it vigorously. In an instant, the genie materialized before them, his form radiating celestial light. "You have freed me once again, Aladdin," the genie boomed. "What is your command?" Overwhelmed with emotion, Aladdin poured out his tale of bravery and determination, explaining how the sorcerer had tricked him and sought to use the lamp's power for nefarious purposes. The genie listened patiently, his expression grave. When Aladdin finished his story, the genie looked at the terrified faces of the people of Agrabah huddled together in the shadows of the cave entrance. "It seems," he said, his voice echoing with solemn finality, "that my role in this world is not yet over. I will use my powers to undo the damage caused by this wicked sorcerer and restore balance to Agrabah." With that, the genie unleashed a surge of magical energy, banishing the sorcerer's darkness from the Cave of Wonders and healing the wounded townspeople. As the people of Agrabah cheered, celebrating their newfound freedom and the restoration of their beloved city, Aladdin knew in his heart that true happiness lay not in possessing unlimited wishes, but in the courage to stand up for what is right. Many years later, after defeating the evil sorcerer and restoring balance to Agrabah, Aladdin became a respected leader, known not just for his humble beginnings, but for his bravery, kindness, and unwavering spirit. He ruled alongside Princess Jasmine, whose admiration for his character had blossomed into deep love and respect. Their partnership was a beacon of hope for Agrabah, symbolizing unity, compassion, and justice. Together, they ushered in an era of prosperity and peace, ensuring that the lessons learned from the dark days of the sorcerer's rule were never forgotten. And so the tale of Aladdin, the magic lamp, and the Cave of Wonders became a legend, whispered around campfires and told to wide-eyed children, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, a single spark of courage can light the way to victory.